Hey friends, it's Madame Fromage, and today I want to tell you what is great about Manchego. Manchego is a cheese I often recommend, especially to people who have a lot of things that they want to pair, because it is like a blank canvas for pairing. I also recommend it because it's protein packed, twice the amount of protein as cow's milk, and twice as lush. Plus, it's easy on the digestive system. So if you're looking for just a great snack, or you're going to have one cheese on a board, I often say make it Manchego. If you've been to Spain or you've been to a tapas restaurant, you know that the Spanish love to pair Manchego with all manner of things. So I'm going to give you some ideas here. First of all, on a tapas board, you often see things like quince paste, salty olives, spicy chorizo or other kinds of charcuterie, red wines, sangria. So again, bold flavors. The lushness of sheep's milk really works well with things like acid and tannins. So go into this with your black teas, your kombuchas, your ciders. I happen to love gin and Manchego. A lot of people think gin and cheese. No, but I love this honey gin from Vermont paired with Manchego. The delicate notes of the honey, so wonderful with this cheese. I also love hot honey. Maybe you've heard of Mike's Hot Honey. Just happen to have some in the pantry. You can cut yourself a little wedge, drizzle a little of that on. It's just a great snack. Red wine, of course, quince paste, just terrific accompaniments. I encourage you to get a cheese like this, put it in the middle of the table, then raid your pantry, raid your fridge, your wet bar, and just see what it can do. You'll see that sheep's milk really can stand up to pretty much any flavor. If you go to the store, just a couple of tips. One, there's young Manchego, usually just 2 months old or so. It's going to have flavor notes that come to mind for me of like a sour cream coffee cake. This smells to me, it has a sort of like cooked taste, but also the fresh scent of buttermilk. This is young Manchego, which I really love for pairings. Then you'll also see old Manchego or aged Manchego. There are a few different ages. And it's going to get drier and more flavorful, nuttier as it ages. I encourage you just to plane it, or you can cut it into slivers. You will want to take off the rind because it is wrapped in wax. However, you'll note that it has this really beautiful pairing, a herringbone texture, almost like fabric. And that's because Manchego originally was made in reed baskets, called esparto baskets, and that was to drain the wheels. Now, of course, the makers used plastic because it's more sanitary, but I love that this cheese continues to stay traditional in its look and to have that sort of basket-like exterior. Manchego comes from the central region of Spain, La Mancha. You've probably heard of it. It's an arid space, great for raising sheep. So all Manchego comes from La Mancha, Spain. It was granted designated of origin protection back in the 80s, but this cheese actually is much older. If you read Don Quixote, from book back in the 1600s, you'll see that Cervantes makes a reference to Manchego. So you're eating a great, great tradition. I hope I've taught you a couple of fun ways to use Manchego, and you'll experiment and let me know what you discover. I always love hearing about a new pairing. Just one I'm just remembering right now, Scotch and Manchego. Mwah, terrific together, especially with a little bit of honey and some oatmeal biscuits. Let me know what you are trying in your home, and please do check out my sponsor. That is iloveimportedcheese.com. It's a website full of cheeses from around the world. Each month I pick one, my own choice, and I choose to tell you about it, how I like to use it in my kitchen. They also have an Instagram, I Love Imported Cheese, as well. Have a great fall season. May it be full of gorgeous cheese, and thank you as always for your interest and support.